What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the third episode of the Lob It Up Podcast. A bit of a special episode, early release this time, but we got to give it to you guys for the All-Star festivities. We got the dunk competition, the three-point contest, and of course the All-Star game. Are you guys excited for this or what?
Hell yeah.
Honestly, not really.
Everything happening in the same day.
I guess I honestly just brought us in without introducing. So if it's your first time listening, I'm Tobias. We got Siavash here as well, and Chris, of course, following up the rear. Pause. So I'm excited. Saturday. Now it's a bit of a different format. Siavash, like you were talking, everything's in one day, correct?
Yeah, they just shoved it in all at once. Now you just gotta sit there and watch it from like 6 o'clock. Pause. Watch it from 6 o'clock until 10 o'clock. And they got skill challenge, 3-point contest before the game, and then they got the All-Star game, and at halftime they're doing dunk contest. Like it's like a high school game, and they're just trying to shove it all. It's like a pep rally.
Man, that's why I'm not excited for it. It's just like there's gonna be too much going on, and it's, I'm not gonna have a chance to digest anything. And honestly, I personally completely missed all the picks for the 3-point and the dunk, so I have no idea who the fuck's even doing that.
It is too much content at once. Like I agree with you. It's just like they're giving you everything in one shot, and it's just like I can't really kind of digest and comprehend all of this. And it's funny that you mentioned that it's like a high school game, because in my opinion, the people that they brought in for the dunk contest are basically the level, not the level of skill of high school players, but it's like you think of the dunk contest, you're thinking of Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, Vince Carter, Blake Griffin, but we're bringing in Cassius Stanley, Simmons, and Obi Toppin.
I think we should give him a chance for sure. I think Cassius Stanley might be a really good dunker. I don't know if we've seen him in the NBA yet, but he's been great in Duke, and when he was coming up in high school, he had good highlights. Obi Toppin, I don't know, and Simmons, I don't even know he can dunk.
Yeah, me neither. Like I'm a Duke University fan, so like I love me some Cassius Stanley. Obi Toppin is literally brand new to the league. And Simmons I think has been around for a couple years, but he is a guard, right? Like I'm not saying that guards can't dunk, but like I just don't picture him as like a Gerald Green type, kind of lining it up and slamming it down. But I don't know, it'd be interesting for sure.
Chris, who would you have loved to see in the All-Star dunk contest this year?
Well, I would definitely have at least liked to have seen last year's champion, like that's for sure. Because I think it's super sus that you're having this dunk competition and you're not even letting last year's champion come back to defend their title. Like that just seems so stupid to me. But definitely. I don't even know who I'd even want. Definitely not these guys. Like I'm just not excited.
Like, there's no wow factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like, it's whatever.
So you'd want to see Derek Jones Jr. in Siavash. Who would you want? Would you want to see a little bit of some Bulls action in there? Get your guy back?
Yeah. Zach LaVine. Get Zach in there. Maybe Bam.
Maybe. Bam? I don't know if I would have loved Bam in there. Maybe Zion. Maybe Diallo.
Yeah, Diallo would be sick
2 years
too.
ago.
Yeah.
Because him and Zion apparently had a rivalry a few years ago in high school.
Oh, really?
And they said that when Zion was going to return, or when he was going to be in the league, they were going to do a dunk contest. So that would have been cool to see, but I don't know.
Now, what about all time? I was thinking about this before we started the podcast. All time, if you had to do a 4-spot all-time lineup, your dream dunk contest competition, who would your lineup be?
I got you.
I'll go first if you need some time to think about it. I got Vince Carter, of course, and this is your prime era, right? I got Vince Carter. I got Gerald Green. This guy's a monstrous dunker. And then I got Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. I just think that would be a show. Those two going head to head. Vince Carter just being that king, that like kind of over the top, everything out of the bag. And then Gerald Green, he's just so monstrous. He just throws it down like there's nothing left. So that would be my lineup. Obviously pick and choose if you want some of those. But I'm interested to see what your dream dunk contest lineup would be.
I was going to go with nearly similar one, but now I kind of want to change it up. Vince Carter and Zach LaVine have to be in there.
For sure.
That's unquestionable. Those guys have given us the best shows we've seen. I just watched the 2016 dunk contest again, and Zach LaVine dunks it and does it between a leg from the free throw line.
Yeah, that's...
We haven't seen anything like that in years, so to me, that's I want to see that again. If I go for the third guy, we'll probably go with Dominique Wilkins.
Okay, wow, nice. Human highlight reel.
He's amazing. One of the best dunkers of all time. And I'm going to throw little guy in there. I'm going to throw Nate Robinson.
Okay.
Oh, honestly,
like
I was thinking of Nate
that.
because I was like, he was entertaining. I liked him. I liked him.
Yeah, you got to get him in there.
Yeah.
Chris, what about yourself?
Me, I think I would. Yeah, Zach. Zach was super entertaining to watch. Definitely would like to have Zach in there. This pains me to say. Wouldn't mind another Bulls player in there too, Mr. Jordan. Would be nice to watch.
Hey.
Would be nice to watch live. Yeah. And then I think if I'm throwing in Jordan, just for the shits and gigs, I'd probably throw in LeBron. See what LeBron's got.
Okay.
And then for my last pick, I had a lot of fun watching Blake, but Blake, I want you to jump over an actual car, not the hood. Don't jump over the hood. If you can jump over like a Volkswagen Beetle, something a little small, little Fiero, something like that, yeah, we can talk. So I'll put in Blake. You know what? Fuck Blake. Blake, get out of here. I want Blake now.
Yeah.
Thinking about it made me upset. Give me Vince. Put Vince in there too. Give me Vince. Okay. Give me Jordan. Give me LeBron. Give me Zach.
I like that. You got a good combo of like finesse, explosiveness, and then just absolute skill in Vince Carter when it comes to dunking. I like that.
Yeah,
lineup. I do like that lineup. Cool.
You can't dunk over a man and not be invited to a dunk competition.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing too. Like I understand like Blake only jumped over the hood, but like that was still massive, dude. Like,
but I feel like there's a lot of NBA players that could jump over the hood of a car.
Maybe.
A lot.
But I think Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine could have done. I think Vince could have easily.
Yeah.
done.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
They made it look good. They got the choir out there.
Yeah,
Kenny
yeah,
Smith
I remember
like,
that.
Come on, we can do it. I remember watching that, and I didn't at the time I wasn't watching the NBA, so I didn't know how the dunk contest worked. And I thought a coach would be out there for each player. So when I saw Kenny Smith out there singing, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's his coach. He's trying to help him out."
Now you know what like a couple other honorable mentions that I thought of. A Zion, I know someone mentioned. I think Steve mentioned it.
Yeah.
A Kobe would be interesting. Think about Kobe 8 back in 02.
That's what I was thinking of.
That'd be pretty dirty to see him in there. I think of Kobe as kind of middle in between the Jordan finesse and the LeBron explosiveness. I think Kobe has both of those. He's doing 360 dunks. You're not really seeing 360 dunks from Jordan. It wasn't really that time. He's throwing it down like a hammer. You're not really see Jordan doing that, but you're seeing LeBron do that. So he's kind of got that combo. That would have been an interesting player to see in their prime.
If it's interesting, why didn't you pick him?
No, I'm just saying that's an extra one because I think my lineup is sick, dude. You got the explosiveness in Gerald Green. You have Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, which is a perfect contest. And then you have Vince Carter. I don't think you can make a lineup without Vince. Like that guy is that guy is the dunk champion, 100%.
Yeah, no, definitely Kobe crossed my mind, but then I was just like, I don't know, maybe, because wasn't he invited to a bunch of them before, and he always just said no?
Maybe I'm not sure.
Or it was always rumored. I don't know. There's always that stuff. Same thing.
Kobe actually won one of those. I think it was in 1999, and it was probably one of the worst dunk contests or one of the worst dunk contests we've ever seen. It was the year before Vince won his, and I think it was Ray Allen, Kobe was another guy like that.
Even
weird. Ray Allen.
Even Dwight. Remember Dwight when he played for the Orlando Magic doing the old Superman?
Oh,
that's another fierce dunker that's been around the past 15 years. So he'd be an interesting guy to see in his prime. There's a lot of candidates that you could throw up there for sure. But unfortunately, this year we'll have to settle with Anthony Simmons, Cassius Stanley, and Obi Toppin.
See, and that's why I said
Cassius Stanley winning that.
Thank you. Interesting. What's that?
I say I got him winning that. I got Cassius Stanley.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But I feel like it'll be a given. I feel like it's just basically based off of everyone's first dunk. If you have a good first dunk, that person's gonna automatically win it. That's just how I feel like it's gonna go.
As a power forward, and I know this is kind of putting people into a box, but as a power forward and just seeing the way that Obi Toppin plays, I don't see him really competing with like the finesse that Cassius Stanley could come with. I don't even know what Anthony Simmons has, so I can't even really like put a value on him. But I've seen Cassius Stanley. We've all seen the highlights. Like, he is an explosive dunker. He has finesse. So yeah, the money's on him for sure. This is his contest to lose, to be honest with you.
How do you guys think it's going to work out without the fans?
Boring.
Yeah, that'll be hard, man, because like players feed off that energy, right?
Yeah, because like, how many times have you seen a player miss the first dunk attempt, and then you get the crowd going, the other NBA players being like, "Come on, like let's go, let's go, let's go!" Like, I know what you're trying to do. It's gonna be sick if you can pull it off. And now it's just gonna be like, some TV screens, probably virtual fans. It'll be maybe some of the other players who were there for All-Star Weekend. And it's just not gonna be the same.
I'm gonna miss Shaq
sucks.
I'm gonna miss Shaq on the sideline with the fucking video cam. That was the sickest, dude. That's such a like 90s, early 2000s clip. Like, that is the 90s in like a 5-second clip. Just Shaq on the side with a fucking video camera.
And I don't know if I like it being at halftime, because if it was like before the game, or maybe if it was another day and the players were there, it would have been more exciting. Because you remember like the 2016 dunk contest or any of the other dunk contests, there's always players on the side wearing their whatever clothes they came in, and you know, they always try to look good out there, and they are going
like
crazy. They're dressing, they got a fashion going, and they're still going crazy, pulling on each other. Like, oh, that's crazy. You're not gonna see that in this one. I don't know if we will, but it's not gonna be the same.
Man, bringing it back to one more explosive dunker I just thought of, because we were talking about fashion and style, Russell Westbrook, man. That guy would also be sick to see in a dunk contest, just because the way he throws it down, dude.
I was honestly shocked. Like, he's never hurt himself dunking with how hard he dunks sometimes. Like, even me, you know, dunking like every now and again, you know, you lower the net a little bit for the boys, so you got some throw down dunks, shit like that. Bro, like, it fucking hurts sometimes. Like, I remember one time I went for like a dunk on, like, because I think like a playground, like at a schoolyard or whatever, the one net, it was probably like 9/8 or whatever. It was a little bit, so I could like get it. But like, I went up and like I dunked, and I just remember just tearing like my hand, and it was just bloody, and I was like, wow, this fucking sucks. Like,
yeah, that's true. Actually, I've never actually thought about it, but yeah, Russ throws it down, and how is this man, like, even Braun, like, he's just going sidearm and cocking it down. Like, how is he never like just destroyed his hand?
Yeah, like, it's crazy.
Superhumans, I tell you, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think Donovan Mitchell spoke about this in one of those episodes from House of Highlights, where they sat there and they would kind of go over like the highlights and talk to the players about what they were thinking in the moment. And Donovan Mitchell was mentioning, like, a lot of times when you go for a dunk, you try to not slam it as hard because your wrist is going to get hurt. And the way you try to slam it, it's going to hit the rim on the wrist or just
your forearm. Yeah,
and that, I mean, I think Russ did get hurt probably once or twice, but he probably walked it off.
Yeah.
You can't be in the middle of the game like,
He's badass too. He's not going to let anybody see that. Not anybody see that.
Yeah, because I remember, like,
imagine his celebrations afterwards, the way he's slamming the quarters from the pain. He's just like, ah!
Yeah,
that's so fucking funny. But yeah, no, it definitely takes a little bit of finesse, I think, throwing down like a big ass dunk like that. You know, remember, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but like back in the day, like All-Star Weekend, and see, that's the thing that I love, when it was like broken down. That's why I hate this so fucking much. It's all in one day. But it was just like back in the day, after like the All-Star Weekend, you're chilling with your boys, whatever. You watch a 3-point, you watch a dunk competition, and then the very next morning, like, you're outside playing ball, emulating that shit, doing that stuff. And, you know, a few times hit my forearm off like the rim, but like, you know, you get like the dunk, and you're like, like, I'm so sick. Then like the next day, you're just like, why the hell is my arm hurt? Like, why's it so tender? So, you know, it's just
my favorite year of watching the dunk contest will probably be that Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon year, when it was back and forth. Just because of where I was, you know, it was second or third year in college. It was the first time we had a house. We're all kind of watching it. No one's sitting down. We're all standing up. And I'm like freaking out. I'm running out the front door. So I'm like, no way this is happening. No way this is still going. And it's like, oh, Zach LaVine won. And then it's like, nope, Aaron Gordon just won. And it's like, nope, going back to Zach LaVine. It was nuts, dude. I love that. That was my favorite all-time dunk contest, for sure.
Okay. Nice.
So now we have the 3-point contest, which Steve actually said was also at the start. Dunk contest is halftime.
Yeah, so the 3-point contest and the skill challenge is happening before the game.
So now
And the dunk contest is happening at halftime.
a bit more of a well-known roster here for the 3-point contest. We got Steph Curry, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, so both Celtic boys. Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, and Mike Conley, who's replacing the injured Devin Booker, who was replacing the injured Anthony Davis. So Mike Conley is now in. We got Donovan Mitchell versus Mike Conley, and Jason Tatum versus Jaylen Brown. So a couple teammates in there, and then obviously Steph and Zach LaVine. Any first thoughts on who's going to win? I think I know who my winner is, but you never know. Someone can get hot, someone can get cold during this.
Who's your winner?
Wait, no, don't say it.
No,
Don't
I
say
think
it,
it's Steph, dude. How can you not take Steph Curry?
Come on, bro. Pick somebody other than Steph. I was just about to say, let's not pick Steph.
Don't pick Steph? Don't pick Steph?
Let's pick. You can have your pick. If that's your pick, cool. But pick
No, I'll take Jaylen Brown.
No, but I feel like Steph will win.
Yeah,
I think that's our easy pick, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an easy pick, but it's also like the logical pick.
So are we picking for second place then? Is that what you're saying, C?
Sure, because that was going to be my pick too, but pick second place.
Okay, so I take Jaylen Brown.
Take Jaylen Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What are you shaking your head at? I can't pick Jaylen Brown
he's the
either?
worst 3-point shooter in this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was even thinking like
Jaylen Brown.
Zach, because hasn't Zach been shooting like actually fairly well this season too?
Yeah, I was going to pick Zach. Yeah. But yeah, Steph's probably the easy pick, and that's why I was trying to stop you from saying your pick so we can actually like have a more interesting conversation on the second guy. Because you look at this roster, I think Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Zach, those are probably the best shooters out of that. Jaylen Brown, I like his shooting. He's been doing great this season. He has never been that consistent shooter.
And I feel like Jaylen Brown and Tatum are just going to be competing with each other more than competing with the rest of the other guys.
But that's why I give one of them the edge, because it's like you want those bragging rights against your teammate. You want to win. You want to put up a better record against your teammate. So whether it's Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, I think one of those Celtic boys are going to end up taking the second place crown. I don't think Conley has what it takes to push Donovan Mitchell, but honestly, Donovan Mitchell might feel a little slighted from the draft. Like those Utah boys are going to be pissed off for the rest of the season, man. Yeah.
I want to say, do you guys remember the 2015 3-point contest?
Who was in that one?
It was Steph, Clay, regular Dame.
Was that when
James
Steph and Clay
Harden.
were just going back and forth, and Clay ended up winning,
one.
right?
And in the last round, Steph and Clay went first, and Steph went second. And Steph, I think, made the last 15 shots.
True.
And I think it was Kenny Smith that was announcing it. And I think maybe Reggie Miller was there too. One of them started going, "Who's the king of Golden State right now? Who's the best player, best shooter in Golden State right now?" And he kept making them.
Yeah, bro. That gets in your head. You don't want to be second. No. Because you want to take it back to the Gardens. You want to take it back to Utah. You want to be like, I'm the guy. Tatum wants to be like, I'm the guy. I know people have been talking you up all season, Jaylen, but I'm the guy. So it'll be interesting to see, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Mike Conley, his presence there is kind of weird right now.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. If Devin Booker wasn't injured, he would have probably been my second pick.
Yeah,
easily.
I agree with that.
Actually, I might have even put Devin as like my first pick, just as kind of like a little, this could happen.
Was it last year that he lost to Buddy Hield because Buddy Hield hit the last shot?
Man, I forgot that Buddy Hield was in a 3-point contest.
Anytime I think of
Buddy Hield hit the last shot and won.
I don't think of like a good shooter. I just think of those big old fucking chiclet front teeth, bro.
He looks like Donkey from Shrek.
Bro, it looks like somebody has like, it's like somebody just took like, went to Michael's and bought the biggest fucking white canvases you could buy and then put them in this man's mouth.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, that's all I was focused on.
He looks like he chews carrots at break time at halftime.
Bro, not singular carrots, like a whole bag of carrots. They don't even open the bag. They just said here, and he's...
And not the baby ones, though. It's the one with the fucking grass at the end.
Full-size carrot.
This guy Chris was like, he's going to chew it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's too much. That's too sus.
I don't think anybody's ever eaten a carrot like that. I'm not even gonna try to attempt to do what you did. Yeah.
It's a whole bag of carrots, not a single carrot. Yeah, you're eating a single carrot like this, but you're telling me you can hold an entire bag of carrots in one hand? You got the biggest hand in the world? You don't.
Bro, I
you
do
don't
have Kawhi.
Tobias, you got this. You don't have Kawhi.
Tobias, you got baby hands, man. Get out of here.
Come on, relax, man. You got Nate Robinson hands.
There is a clip
Can you
somewhere.
even palm a basketball?
There's a clip somewhere of you saying that I have large hands from one of my videos. It's all just like depth perception, but there's a clip somewhere that you saying that. So
I don't know if I've met anybody with bigger hands than me. So we might have to.
This is such a weird conversation.
Yeah, like, man, come on.
We went from
back
carrots
to
to
Buddy
holding
Hield
back.
having big ass teeth.
Let's get.
All right, he's got big ass fucking teeth, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm blaming this on Chris.
He could still
we were
outshoot
talking
all
about
of
Buddy
us.
being good.
Why?
Buddy being good, and then Chris is like, yeah, he looks like he eats carrots. And he looks like he has big teeth.
I didn't fucking bring up the
Starts
fact that he
eating-
eats carrots.
Eating carrots.
That was you guys.
All right, let's just get away from
Bet.
My God. But yeah, moving on.
Why is Dame not in this? Why is Damian Lillard not in this contest?
Oh man,
Because he's not the best point guard.
there's actually only 1 point. Well, I guess this might.
I was just trying to chirp you a little bit. That's all.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good, man.
You know, we're always making fun of C and his love for fucking Kobe.
It's too easy though to make fun
Yeah,
of Steve
it's
Ash though. It's
way too easy.
Is it?
It is.
I didn't know that.
It is, bro. It's always Kobe White Bulls. Anything to do with
yeah.
the white and red for sure.
It's a murder scene. White and red. Chalk out lines.
And then when did you say the skills challenge is going to be? Is that also at the start? Is that before?
Yeah,
That's-
at the start. Yeah.
That's kind of
Who's in
weird.
that?
Like, I mean, I guess it's not like that big of a deal because it's not really going to tire you out. But kind of weird that they have it at the start and then they have the All Star game. Chris, you asked who's in that. You got Rocco, Robert Covington, Luka Doncic, Chris Paul, Julius Randle, Domantas Sabonis, and Nikola Vucevic. A lot of Europeans in here.
Are they still doing it with the was it the skills competition where they had to do like the half court shot with the other people? Like, you know, one from the WNBA and then like a old retired player?
I don't think
No,
they're
that was a
featuring
different
that this year,
contest.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if they're featured in the past 5 years, but I know which one he's talking about. And I used to like that because they would play the retired
Yeah.
players. There was, I think, Magic.
I thought
wasn't
they
in the
did it
first
last
years.
year. Did they not?
I don't remember.
Honestly, I can't even
honestly.
remember the All-Star competition last year. I feel like it was all just a blur. Obviously, it was
Yeah.
before everything happened with COVID, but I just don't remember it at all.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime.
All I remember is it was, I think it was like, because it was after Kobe had died. I feel like the score was like 8-24 at one point or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember totally, but
So the way they did it last year, I forgot the guy that invented it, and they named it after him. But the way it worked was that they would basically play each quarter, the score would be reset to 0, and they would constantly like try to see who wins the quarter. And the fourth quarter, they would total up the scores, and the team that would win it was whoever scored 24 after like the highest score. So, for example, if it was 88 and you had scored 77,
yes, that's right.
whoever had scored 88 plus 24 would have won that game. And that's the way they did it. I forgot the guy's name who invented this. They tried it in college, and they finally did it in the All-Star Weekend last year, and it was super successful. But let's just go back to the skill challenge real quick. The way they do it, Chris, as you were wondering, is they basically have the two players doing it at the same time.
they're
So they
they're
start,
racing. Yeah, they do the slalom, the pass,
which is super
all of that
exhausting.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love the way that goes because a few years ago, I don't know if you guys remember, Jason Tatum hit a game winner where he won it basically against Trae Young from a half court shot
Yeah.
Jeez.
because they have to run down the court and shoot a three, and JT just shot it from half court. He let it fly and win it. And I would love to see that again
Yeah.
this year.
Got to risk it sometimes, you know.
Right? Risk it
You
for the
got to
biscuit.
take that risk, man.
Yeah. It's
Who
time
do you
to-
guys got winning in this?
In the skills comp, I'm probably gonna rock with Luka. To be honest with you, I just think Luka does kind of everything very well.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't sleep on Chris Paul. Chris Paul's a vet.
my pick right
He
there.
knows what he's doing. I don't know. I'll rock with Luka, but I think Chris Paul is the sleeper pick for me.
Yeah, that was definitely my first choice was Luka. Just being, he's just so good, like all around. So I think he will like excel in the skills competition. But then I was also thinking to Chris Paul too, just to be like, you can't really disrespect Chris Paul like that. But then he's got his age. Maybe run a little slower than Luka or whoever he's up against. And like I feel like if Chris Paul did lose, it would be on some like stupid like small little technicality, like maybe like somebody heaving up a half court shot and it just going in. He just beats him. But
yeah, I got Chris Paul winning this time.
Yeah,
CP. He's been in these for I think since the start of his career.
Probably, yeah.
So it's going to be interesting the way he goes about it, and he's probably the quickest guy on that court.
You think?
I mean, he's got that vet mentality too, bro. He knows what it takes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of big men though. You got Julius Randle, Sabonis, Vucevic, Covington. There's a lot of big boys on there. Chris Paul's the smallest guy.
Yeah. Even Luke at 6'7", like he's still bigger than a Chris Paul at 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
So.
Do you guys remember? Is there any moments from the skill challenge that you guys remember and you were like, that was a really cool moment from the past 20 years?
Not really. Skill challenge isn't really a thing that sticks out for me as much as the 3 or the dunk contest, obviously. But it's still a fun a contest to see. You kind of capture all the skills that it takes to be an NBA player, rebounding, shooting, passing. So it's nice to kind of see who is that overall complete player. And I think they did a good choice, or they made a good choice in having Rocco in there. Rocco, is definitely a utility knife, a Swiss Army knife, if you will, when it comes to the NBA. He does everything very well.
Okay.
Yep. I should say, actually, in 2008, that's probably one of my favorite moments from the skill challenge when Darren Williams he set the record for the fastest time in one of these challenges.
Oh, really?
And Darren Williams does not get the credit he deserves, so I should mention him right now and say that it's my
Jersey
guy.
Nets.
He's one of my favorite point guards.
Yeah.
Jersey
From
Nets.
the Utah, then he went to the Nets. Then he
Yeah.
went to Mavs.
But when I think of Darren Williams, I definitely think of that Nets era. Him there, I think, was the pinnacle of his career for sure.
Man, him in Utah was deadly, though. You got to watch definitely some of his battles with Kobe, like them playing against each other. That boy was nice.
But I mean, as LeBron says, nobody cares but Utah. Nobody watches Utah. So
Let's get to that.
I think they are going to be pissed, dude. They are going to be so mad. Like, they're already the best team right now in the NBA. And now you got, the 2 best players in the NBA saying that, nah, they ain't shit. It's Utah. Who cares about Utah? They're going to be the 2 last picks. All right, man. They're just going to shut up and get to work. Like, it's going to be scary time. Scary hours.
Let's set up.
Scary.
Let's set up what we're talking about. What happened was on Thursday, LeBron and KD did their draft, the NBA All-Star draft for their respective conferences. KD was the leader on the East, and LeBron was the leader on the West in the votes. And what Tobe's talking about is the last 2 guys on the board, on the bench, were the Utah boys.
Even technically a third guy, Mike Conley, coming in, is a Utah Jazz player. So they're literally all last.
Dude, what did you guys think about the draft? Did you guys watch it?
I was at work, so unfortunately I only got to see bits and pieces of it, but it was interesting. I like it. I felt like KD was kind of like, I don't know if he was just tired or maybe he was stoned or something. He wasn't really bringing much energy, but Braun carried it, so that's all good. But I do like it. I like the draft style. They've done this in hockey for a couple years now, so it's nice to see the NBA also kind of adopt that. It's a fun way to kind of bring the fans into that portion of the All-Star events.
Yeah.
Good analysis, Chris.
Yeah, good analysis. Well, I mean, like I just caught like the highlights of it and stuff like that because I didn't have an opportunity to watch it. But no, I will definitely agree with you with the. Katie just didn't seem like he was just interested. Just didn't really care. Maybe it's because he's not playing. I don't know, like whatever. So, and I guess like if I wasn't playing, I would be like, why the fuck do I still have to do this? But whatever, I'm gonna do it, I guess. So, but yeah, just didn't feel much energy. So.
Of course, KD did rock with his boys from Brooklyn. He's got James Harden and Kyrie Irving on there.
I want to talk about that. This guy KD's draft was just his boys and all the young boys.
Bad. Braun's team. Winner.
I know, but even my thing is, I think he's just trying to pick up players that he could just be cool with. Like, look at his roster. It's just young guys that are going to be in the league in the future.
Yeah.
While LeBron's team is actually for winning. He's got Dame. He's got CP on his team.
Yeah, you got for KD's team, you got Kyrie, Joel, Kawhi, Beal, Tatum, Harden, Devin Booker, Zion, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Vucevic, Mitchell, and Mike Conley. It's not a bad team, but like you said, Steve Ash, it's not the best team.
No, I think LeBron's team's definitely got it. The first 2 picks, he got Giannis and Curry.
Yeah.
That's like, gross, dude. And this is the first time that Braun and Curry have ever played together, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and I think him and Giannis as well. I don't know if they played together before.
Maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Maybe
was it last year? Was it Team Giannis and Team LeBron?
Yeah, so
that was
okay. So yeah,
separate teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, I'm so happy KD did this. Even though he wasn't as exciting as you guys mentioned, there was still better dynamic with them kind of discussing like, oh, KD, you just got the second pick. When were you the last? When was the last time you were the second pick? And they have that little joking back and forth. At the start of the draft, they played a clip of KD and Braun in the All-Star game 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Incredible, man. You can't do that with Giannis. And then he's going to pick Chris Middleton. Get that out of here.
Yeah, exactly. You hate Chris Middleton, man.
I don't hate that. I hate Giannis for picking him every time. It's like the most boring pick in the world.
Hey, I mean...
And KD did that, but it's like, he's injured. He's not going to care about that.
So I know I touched on it, but what are your opinions on the Utah Jazz boys being left for last?
I mean, maybe put a little bit more respect on their name, as their team is doing so well. But then again, at the end of the day, it is a team sport. So because like your team is doing well overall, But yeah, I didn't even hear like that comment from like LeBron. Maybe it's just a little joke, little whatever, So and it could just be people like reading way too into it. But like you said, it could bro. I don't know.
He literally said like even when it was like Jordan, like no, even when they had Stockton and Malone, no one was ever picking them. He's like they're always last.
No, that wasn't even the disrespect part. The guy had the second last pick and he said, I need some size. Yeah, I'm going to roll with Domantas Sabonis.
It's like you got...
And everybody's like, what?
Yeah. You got 8 foot Rudy Gobert and you got 2 foot Sabonis. It's just like...
Charles said that.
I forget who on TNT made that analysis, but it was one of the...
Chuck would. I think Chuck said that. Yeah, that was funny.
So you got 8 foot Rudy Gobert and you got 2 foot Sabonis, and you say you need size and you go for Sabonis. That makes no sense. But yeah, it's true, man.
I don't know, man.
Like I would take... I mean, the comment beforehand was unneeded, but I would take Sabonis over Gobert. But then you can't say that you need size and then take Sabonis. But Donovan Mitchell being left to last is kind of shady too. But
yeah, the 2 of them were left, and I don't know. I just think it was the way they picked it. Yeah, I don't know if KD likes Gobert because he picked up Vucevic before Gobert.
Right? That's just
what
I
don't know if I would have picked that up.
Yeah,
I would have definitely picked up Gobert before Vucevic. I thought he was going to be the last pick.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I agree with Chris. People are reading into it too much. Man.
Yeah,
it's just a draft.
And then plus, like
that's the way it's going to be.
You had all that shit going on with them and like the COVID shit, right? So there's all that animosity with like the Utah Jazz.
It's funny that people say that though, but there's nothing wrong with them. Like because Donovan Mitchell and Gobert both have come out. Yeah. Like when everything happened, like there was there was definitely heat in the bubble, but they've said like when they were in the bubble, like they're just forced to like get along and to figure their shit out because like you can't go anywhere. It's not like you can go home and be like, fuck, Rudy's pissing me off today. This guy got cold. Blah, blah, blah. It's like no, you're forced to be together, and I think they just work through their things.
Yeah, but I don't know. Still, could cause issues like down the road with like other players and shit like that. Mind you, though, then it's like you're getting the pass for like players like Harden going out to like the Rippers and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
yeah, you pick and you choose, I guess.
Yeah,
but I mean, I don't blame KD for sticking with his guys at the same time.
No.
So NBA All-Star 2021 MVP for the game. Who you guys got?
Chris, you go ahead first.
No, you're gonna have to give me some time to think about this. I don't even really know, man.
I think you just said Chris Bennett.
Yeah, I could.
Are you participating, sir?
He's highlighting himself.
I'll go first.
I'm secret. I'm a secret last participant. They said they just wanted a regular Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
And you can't find any more regular Joey Schmoes than this guy right here. So.
No, I got Steph Curry winning it.
You think?
I think he's gonna try to get back and actually win one of those. I don't know if he's ever won one, and I think he's gonna come out being on LeBron's team. He's gonna try to put out a show.
Okay.
I like that pick because I do think LeBron's team is gonna win. However, and I will ride with that. But if KD's team were able to win, I don't know why, but I'd go with Kyrie. I like Kyrie because I'm thinking the reason that you would think Steph is because he has that flashiness that an All-Star game, desires. You want to see that excitement. I think Kyrie is the same guy that brings that over on the West. So or on the East, sorry. I like that pick for Kevin Durant's team. But I do think LeBron team's going to win, so I'll also ride with Steph Curry as the MVP of the All-Star game.
Yeah, I think Kyrie will just be too busy burning sage before the All-Star game to even put on a big performance to win that MVP. So it's definitely probably going to Steph.
That video is just so funny of him just on the court, just walking around with the sage.
Let's get some good vibes in here.
Maybe even a sleeper pick for LeBron's team is Ben Simmons, a guy that can do it all. Maybe if that guy hits 2 shots from the 3-point line, they'll be like, automatically, you're an all-star. You're the MVP.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Didn't he hit a 3 for you to win?
He did. Very excited. Very happy.
There you go. He's your MVP candidate.
Exactly.
I don't know if the bench player I don't know if the bench player is going to win it though.
It'd be
I think it's most likely going to be a starter. And
you think?
What about Luka?
But if a starter's not doing so hot, maybe they'll sub somebody in and be like, all right, you're playing now. Fuck Luka. Maybe Luka's bombing. Yeah, last year I think they did. Maybe Luka's bombing it and they toss someone in. But yeah.
I don't know if Luka is going to be bombing. Maybe he might not. You never know.
Luka is a good pick, though. He's another one that could win you the MVP. I mean, no one's even said LeBron. You guys don't think LeBron can win the MVP?
I feel like he's not going to be trying to go out to win the MVP. I don't know.
I think he's definitely trying to rest.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think he's just going to go out there, have some fun. That's why his team's so fucking stacked. Bro, it's I can take my foot off the gas pedal. I can let these guys kind of handle the work.
Yeah. Got to take a load off from carrying the Los Angeles Lakers right now without Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Are they for the All-Star game? Are they doing the same thing where they did? Was it last year, or the year before that, or maybe both years? Where it's they each pick a charity or something, and whoever wins each quarter, they get money towards their charity. Are they doing that again or no?
Yeah, they announced it right before the draft.
On
Thursday, where they announced each of their charities. I don't remember the names off the top, but I think both of them are HBCU related.
Nice.
Yep.
Before we do close it out, I want to just take a look at the current standings as it is on Saturday. I'll just read off the top 4 seeds in the Eastern here. Actually, I'll read off the top 5 because number 5 is interesting. But you got Sixers, the Nets, the Bucks, the Celtics, and then the Knicks are at number 5, man. We got the Bulls and the Raptors at 8 and 9, with the Hornets and the Heat right above them at 6 and 7. I like the Knicks, man. They're so interesting. They've been so ass for so long, and it's just I'm so pumped for them to actually be a playoff team. And then in the West, of course, Utah's still up there at number 1. The Phoenix Suns are number 2 in the West right now. The Lakers at 3, the Clippers at 4, and then the Trailblazers at 5. The Mavericks have started to climb their way back up into a playoff spot. They're sitting at number 8. The Spurs and Nuggets are sitting at 7 and 6 respectively. So bit of change from even when we first started the podcast, the Mavericks were not doing so good. Steve Ash, you were saying that they're not going to make the playoffs. It's still not guaranteed, but they're starting to make a bit of a storm
push
back. Yeah, for sure.
I just don't like how close all the games are with the seedings. You look at probably from the first seed to the 5th seed, it might be a difference of 5 games. Not even the first, maybe the 2nd seed to the 5th seed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so close next to each other now that we still don't know yet.
Yeah, you look at, looking at the West with Utah. Utah's got 27 wins, Suns 24, Lakers 24, Clippers 24, and Trailblazers 21, and Nuggets 21. So that's all within a 3-4 game radius.
Even in the East, man, you look at the 4th seed Celtics, they're at 19 wins, and you look at the 11th seed Hawks, they're at 16 wins.
Yeah.
It's 3 game difference.
Yeah, it's
It's
a big
still close
swing.
by, I would say.
If a team goes on a
Huge.
bit of a run, then it can make a huge impact to where they end up landing, for sure.
Big time.
But-
You guys want to talk about Blake Griffin before we go?
Yes, for sure. So Blake Griffin his contract has been, they've opted out of his contract. They've canceled his contract. Detroit has. So now he's a free agent. He's free to go wherever he so pleases. Some teams that are interested are the Lakers, the Trailblazers, the Clippers, the Nets.
Are the Clippers?
Yep. I forget who else said they were interested. I think he's going to go to the Nets. I think he goes to the Nets. That's a championship. He's linking back up with his former LAC brother DeAndre Jordan. They had a great relationship. Yeah, who do you think? You know what? And it sucks that they're not a good team anymore. But Blake is from Oklahoma. I would have always loved to see him play for Oklahoma City. I just love the kind of reuniting back with where you're from type of players. But do you guys have maybe a lead on where do you think he's going to end up?
I don't know about a lead. I would say it's either Lakers or Nets. That's, I think, definitely a clear one. Because looking at his career off the court, he's trying to be a comedian. He's trying to get this media stuff going.
For sure.
I don't see any other thing. Maybe Miami, but I think it's between those three teams.
Okay.
Clippers, they have interest in him. I don't think he has interest in them.
Yeah, I don't think he's going back there. I think he still has issues with Steve Ballmer. Trading him, giving him a contract, give him a fat contract, and trading him. But yeah, I do see the Nets up there. I think that Boston Celtics could also be an interesting one. Again, remember that they don't need to pay him. They don't need to give him a big contract. That's why a team like the Nets and the Lakers can afford to get him on a minimum player salary contract.
He would be interesting in Miami as well. I keep bringing that up because to me that's the most interesting pick. Lakers, we know how they're going to play him. Nets, we know they need him to some extent. But Miami's going to be interesting. I don't know if he's cool with Jimmy. They've done commercials together before, but it would. I think that would be the most interesting one. Mm-hmm. Chris, how about you?
I don't really know. Just like watching, just some like reports of like potential places. Yeah, like I heard like names like Brooklyn, the Lakers, the Trailblazers. Because didn't they say like, it wasn't was the owner or somebody from the Trailblazers was the one that like drafted Blake or something. He had like a very good relationship with them. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, and they're potentially thinking about that, and I was like, I feel like he would fit well into like the Trailblazers like rotation, or definitely LeBron could probably use some help out there, and yes, obviously he's not Blake Griffin of past, like throwing down those huge dunks, shit like that, but like his game has evolved, and I think
he's a better shooter.
Definitely a better shooter than like what he used to be, 100%.
Now, as an athlete, like as a Blake Griffin type, one guy that used to be a huge alpha, the main guy in the locker room, in my opinion, if he goes to the Lakers or the Nets, for him, not similar to a Kevin Durant scenario, but for him, it's almost a guaranteed trip to the finals, let's say. Not a guaranteed championship, but trip to the finals. Now, if he does go to a team like Portland, possibly the Celtics, maybe Miami, there's a bit more work that he might have to put in. He would probably have a bigger role, but it's not a guaranteed trip to the finals. Are you taking that trip, going to the Nets or the Lakers, knowing you have never won a championship, knowing you've never even been to a conference finals? Are you taking that guaranteed with the Nets or the Lakers, or are you going to say, no, I want a bigger role, I want to try to win a championship with a team that maybe has to work a bit harder with Portland, Boston, Miami, whatever it might be? What's your opinions?
If I'm Blake, I'm taking that fucking trip, bro. Like, stamp my fucking passport and send me to the finals. Because like, how long and how hard was he working like during that Lob City era? And there was just, man, like they had potential every year to go on a big run, but just something fucking happened every single year, and it just fucked them every year. Yeah. So if I'm Blake Griffin, I'm like, I'm going to the finals. I'm gonna take that chance to compete for a ring, because like, realistically by now he should have won one with like Lob City, but just again, shit just never lined up for that team.
Yeah, this was a conversation I was having with my friend yesterday, and he was saying, why would he bandwagon like that? And as Chris said, I think this is his last chance or something.
Yeah.
To be maybe an impactful guy on the championship team. You don't want to be Dwight Howard or somebody like Karl Malone when you go to a team and you're washed. And everybody thinks he's washed right now, but I think he can put some impact on the team.
For sure. So, just to clarify, you're saying not taking a passport trip? You're taking a...
No, I think he should.
Okay, yeah. I agree, man. I think like he's at 31 right now. He'll be 32 March 16th. So he'll be 32 this year. It's not like he's old, but he's a vet. He's up there. I think he's got a couple more years left in him. But again, with how explosive he was at the start of his career, that does wear on you over time. I think he should, similar to like a Dwight, that's a great comparison actually. Like Dwight went to the Lakers, won a championship with the Lakers. He's now in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is not a guaranteed win team, but they're a competitive team. Blake could do a similar thing. He could go to the Lakers, he could go to the Nets, win that championship, and then say, okay, people have seen what I've done. People have seen that I still got it. In Detroit, no one's paying attention to you. Like that, they don't get the attention in Detroit.
Yeah.
If he goes to the Nets, if he goes to the Lakers, he puts on some sort of skill set that is admirable to another team. He can go to a competitive team. Maybe it is the Celtics next year. That is a competitive team, but they're not a, top tier championship caliber team.
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice for Blake Griffin. So great comparison with Dwight Howard.
Lakers, let's go.
Yeah.
Nets.
Blake Show.
Nets.
The Blake Show. Blake Show.
Blake Show.
Blake Show.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Cool. So there you have it. That was the third episode of the Lob It Up podcast, the special edition, the All-Star edition, with my good friends here, the other All-Stars on the show, Sivash and Chris Panett. Yeah, see you in episode 4. Coming real soon, I guess. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.